Two elite killers, one narrow pass. Only one walks away. The lab is open Sparta vs. Persia. The ultimate simulation starts now. History is often written by the victors, but the dust of the ancient world tells a much deeper story. Imagine the year. For 80 BC, the world is at a crossroads, caught between two massive, clashing ideologies. This is Thermopylae, a narrow, unforgiving coastal pass in Greece, where legends are forged not in gold, but in blood and iron. It is a place where nature itself seems to favor the defender. On one side, the Spartan war machine. These men were not born. They were engineered. At age 7, boys were taken into the agoge. A brutal system designed to strip away fear and replace it with pure, lethal discipline. They were starved to teach them how to steal, beaten to teach them how to endure pain, and forced to survive in the wilderness. By the time he reached manhood, a Spartan didn't know how to retreat. He only knew how to stand his ground. Across the field stands an opponent shrouded in psychological terror, the Persian Immortals. 10,000 elite warriors, the personal guard of the great king. Their name was a weapon in itself. It was said that as soon as one was killed, another immediately rose to take his place. Chosen for their noble lineage and unmatched skill, they were the ultimate special forces of the ancient world. They didn't just fight for a city. They fought for the expansion of a god-king's will. To face an immortal was to face the shadow of an empire that never slept. Today, we strip away the legends and analyze the physical reality. In a one-on-one fight to the finish, who possesses the superior technology and the harder spirit? Let's find out. To understand who wins, we must look at the technology. A Spartan was a walking fortress. His true protection was the Aspis, a 10-kilogram circular wall of wood and bronze. Its convex shape allowed the warrior to rest the weight on his shoulder, turning him into an immovable object. His primary weapon was the Dory, a 3-meter-long spear. It wasn't a throwing javelin. It was a surgical tool for the phalanx. But look at the back end. The Sorita, or lizard killer bronze spike. It balanced the spear and served as a backup weapon if the main head snapped. The Persian Immortal, however, sacrificed heavy defense for mobility. His protection was hidden a suit of gilded scale armor under his silk tunic. Hundreds of overlapping iron scales designed to deflect arrows and glancing blows. It was light and flexible, perfect for the vast plains of Asia. But his shield, the Jaran, was his Achilles heel in this duel. Made of woven wicker and leather, it was a masterpiece of weight-saving design against arrows. It was brilliant. But against the raw, concentrated kinetic energy of a bronze-tipped Spartan spear, it was little more than a basket. The Immortal's true edge is his composite bow. Made of horn, wood, and sinew, it can launch arrows with enough force to penetrate leather at 50 meters. This is the weapon that allowed Persia to conquer the East. But can it stop a man who is essentially a human tank? The bowstring sings its deadly anthem. A Persian arrow is more than just a projectile. It is a messenger of the great king's will. Thousands of these shafts were meant to turn the Greek sky into night, but Lacedaemon does not look to the sky. It looks straight ahead. The Spartan does not run from the volley he absorbs, it growing only more dangerous with every arrow stuck in his shield. Distance is dead. As the arrows run dry, the Dory takes its place, the 7-foot spear, the iron fang of the phalanx. The Immortal drops his bow. Realizing this hunt has turned into a fight for survival. The spears are splintered. Shafts crack under the weight of pressing bodies. And then, from the scabbards, the steel rises, the Xiphos. Short, heavy, and born to cut where there is no room to swing. It is a battle of nerves. The Spartan uses his shield, not just for protection, but as a hammer, crushing the bones and the will of the enemy. The lambda on his shield is the last thing seen by many who thought themselves immortal. As the dust settles and the sunset fades behind the cliffs, history remembers not the victor, but those who did not retreat. Persia brought gold and a myriad of warriors. Sparta brought only 300 men and an unbreakable loyalty to their law. Which of them remains in eternity is for you to decide. In the end, history and steel provide the answer. When the arrows are spent and the distance vanishes, in a one-on-one confrontation, the advantage almost always tilts toward the Lacedaemonian. Protected by the bronze wall of the Aspis and encased in the impenetrable Corinthian helmet, the Spartan was not just a soldier, he was a fortress in motion. Against such armor and such discipline, even the bravest immortal found that his courage was no match for the brutal perfection of Spartan warfare.